Hi, this is Kamala. Welcome to this episode of the She Moves Mountains podcast. In some ways, I'm not even sure how to talk about what's going on for me and for many of the people that I know, or many of the people that I see in the world today. We have just experienced something so outrageous that um, it's it's caused riots, it's caused protests, and that is the murder of George Floyd at the hands of a police officer with other police officers standing around. And this outrageous act has spurred, well, outrage, shock, anger, frustration, and all that has been um, shoved down, shoved down, shoved down has the pressure cooker, it has blown. And in a way, this may be a really good thing. There are a lot of things that are happening that are not good, but white America had to have been wakened up in a big way because we hadn't been waking up. And Black people in America needed to be able to say, this is too much. This has been going on and this is bullshit. This is, if I say unacceptable, it's like that's so people have taken to the streets and demanded justice, demanded that things be handled differently. And as I have gone through this process of wondering what is here for me to do, what can I do to bring peace or help or something to this situation. What can I do to help? What can I do to make a difference? And there's certainly a lot of things that I can learn about and recognize. But one thing that I know for sure that is a gift of mine that I can say yes to and to share is the healing. So today's podcast is less and it's less my words and more of a transmission of healing and bringing in peace. So this is probably not the best episode to listen to while you're driving. I do hope that you will listen when you have the time to let it sink in. So what I know is that when we are in pain, when our hearts are really, really hurting, we are less able to function fully. There's a saying that pain is inevitable, suffering is optional. So many of us are experiencing pain and suffering. So this transmission is about relieving the suffering. There's a story that I heard many years ago that always really struck me, and it's about a Sufi saint who um, was experiencing a lot of pain and suffering. And as she was praying at one point, she had the recognition of the presence of God, of the divine. And what she heard the divine say was, "Show me where it hurts." And as she was able to really hear that and feel how much God, the divine, wanted to relieve that suffering, she was able to open up and let the suffering almost melt. And she released the pain and suffering and felt the love and compassion of God healing her heart and soul. And I believe that these are times that God doesn't want us to hurt so much that we aren't able to really function. I think the outrage and the anger, the fire in the belly is important, but the pain underneath it, the pain, the suffering distorts how we can function and use the fire in the belly. So I'm going to just invite you, if you are able to, close your eyes and do a brief body scan. Is there a place in your body where you know that you are holding on, or that you can feel a tension and an ache, a pain, a twisting? And if you will, take some deep breaths and just notice where that pain is. It's almost as though we want to be aware of where it is and give it a little space instead of trying to protect it and um, scrunching up, but um, tightening up around it, to let it have some breathing room. And really breathe. There's so much hurt in our hearts right now. Mm. And it's not meant to be this way. So if we can slow down and breathe and invite, whether you believe in God or can use the name God or the divine or Allah or whatever name you use, bringing peace and love and healing into those places that are so tight and so hurting. And again, just giving it some space, some breathing room. I almost feel like the divine is saying, "Show me where it hurts. Let me come in and love you up." Keep the fire in the belly. stand up for the things that are wrong, make things right. But don't go about it from that wounded place. I just feel as though there's this wave of light and healing, soothing. That's probably closer. It's more of a soothing, so we don't have to keep suffering and coming at things from anger and frustration. I keep hearing the word righteousness. Um, and that feels a little tricky to me, but what is right and what is just? And stand for those things. And breathing. And letting this soothing really come in and ease where it hurts. Mm. I think this is something that's, um, I would say, ongoing. I think I'm being told it's ongoing, that we have to um, keep opening our hearts to receive the soothing. And then take action from a cleaner, clearer heart. Breathing. Mm. This message is also that, um, yeah, we aren't really able to do the work that we're meant to do if our hearts are closed. So this process of continuing to open our hearts and let the soothing and the healing and the peace and the love in, that we can all come together and stand for what's right and what's just. Mm. And come together as one humanity, one humankind. Mm. And take part in this um, evolution of humankind, an uplifting of humankind, a unity. Mm. Let there be peace on earth. And peace in our hearts. And again, if you can take a bit of time and just breathe in, this light is very subtle and powerful. Mm. And it feels as though it wants to move into every nook and cranny of our hearts and our beings. that every action that we take comes from our higher self, our higher calling, mm, from a purer source. And breathing, again, breathing into the place that has been tight. Noticing if you have given yourself, allowed yourself a little more breathing room where your heart or being has been clenched and in such great pain. If you can stay in this place of breathing and receiving the mm, transmission, that would be great. And if you feel as though you have questions or want to know more about bringing more peace and love to your heart, I'd love to have you reach out to me. I'd love to know what's on your heart and if we can help lift it. So I think that's it for today. I thank you so much for tuning in. I hope that this transmission has helped ease something for you, that you feel more able to move about your day and take the actions that you're meant to take from a more serene place, from a place where you feel that there's more support um, and compassion for yourself and for others. So, again, thank you for listening, sending you love and blessings. Until next time, take care, beloveds. Bye for now.